So, so that I'm going to spend some time with you this evening. My background, I am an HR person. So I've spent like 13, 15 years in the HR world. Okay, working with different companies, and I've been privileged to head 3 HR departments. All right. Sorry, just a moment. My little boy just ran. All right, so, but after that, I had to go into business. I had to go into consulting, coaching, mentoring, and all of that. And then along the line, I also got into doing business online. One of the things that I also got into doing business, got into doing online was, sorry. Just a moment. Okay, so one of the things I got to do online was I had to get into the cryptocurrency world, the digital finance world. I don't know, like many of us, I got my hands burned, you know, I got my hands burned because I was giving my money to someone to trade for me, to do business for me. But a person made some wrong decisions, and those decisions came back and they hurt me, and I lost a lot of money. And so what happened along the line is that it also affected me emotionally, psychologically. I mean, many of us have had such experiences in this part of the world. Many of us have. And so I blocked my mind away from anything that has to do with online, digital finance, cryptocurrency, anything. I would just block my mind. The moment you start talking about it, I just say, hey, just stop. And up till date, people that I have meetings with, large number of, quite majority of them are in that space. Right? They say, you know what, I lost some money, I've done this, I've done that, and I'm not going to do it again, I'm not going to get involved. But I hope that at the end of today's meeting, you will be educated, or we will all be educated enough to be able to make a different decision. Why? It's because there's an awakening, there's a revival that is happening, and many people are not aware of it. A lot of things are happening, the world is changing, and people are focusing, in fact, the world is focusing on the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology is going to affect law, it's going to affect how we spend our taxes, you know, how we look for contractors, people to work with us and all of that, or to work for us and all of that. Our banking system is going to affect everything. Another thing I need you to understand is that many people fail to understand when they get involved into cryptocurrency, when they buy cryptocurrencies, they are actually investing in tech companies. But they do not understand. They just feel that, okay, I'm just buying coins. And so I want to buy or I don't want to buy. The question is, if you knew that a tech company was coming into town and it was going to make huge returns, would you get involved early enough so that you can take advantage of that tech company and the growth, or would you just stay back and watch other people, you know, go in and claim all the bounties, if you like? So something big is about to happen, and that's why I want to show you today what the next big thing is that is about to happen, right? So give me a moment. Let me share that with you. This is correct, right? Okay. Can you all see my screen? Please, if you can see my screen, can I get a 111 in the chat section? If you can see my screen, just type 111 in the chat section. Sorry. If you can see my screen, please. Okay, great stuff. All right. So, okay. All right. So what's the next big thing, right? Like I said, I was one of those people that never wanted to pay attention to cryptocurrency because I felt it did hurt me. But what I failed to understand was that it's not like it did hurt me. It was just that somebody made wrong decisions and those decisions affected me, right? So what's the next big thing? Before I take you through, let's look at this. Many of us heard about Bitcoin when Bitcoin came into, when Bitcoin was first launched. White paper came out in 2008, and then in 2009, I think it came into existence, and then 2010 it hit the exchanges. That means that it got out in public and people could actually acquire it, or at some point was given almost for free. So on the exchange, in the market, Bitcoin was about 10 cents. But by the time it got to the end of 2010, it was about 50 cents, right? But fast forward from 2010 to 2021, it has grown from 10 cents, a measly 10 cents to $67,000. Of course, it came down. Right now, it's about $40-something thousand. In any case, if you take a look at it, Bitcoin has done tremendously well. In fact, it has overtaken gold as a store of value. So in case any of us, I've spoken to quite a number of people, and they say, for whatever reason, I don't believe in cryptocurrency. I don't even want to be there, right? And so I'm saying that for something that has grown from 10 cents to $67,000, do you really want to keep ignoring it? Or do you want to say, let me at least learn and understand what's happening here so that I can make a firm decision? Okay. If you think number two, that's number one is I don't even want to hear about it. Number two is I want to hear about it and then make informed decision. So if you think what do you think? Which one is better, number one or number two? Let's go. Let's make it a bit more interactive. Which one is better, number one or number two? Number one, I don't want to know about it. Number two, let me hear and then let me make an informed decision whether I want to even dabble in that space or not. What would you prefer, number one or number two? Yes, okay, beautiful, beautiful. I've got smart people in the room. That makes sense, all right? Number two, anytime, right? So another reason we need to pay attention to cryptocurrency is because Bitcoin isn't about taking your money out of your country. But most countries fight, like in Nigeria, the fight was more like money was leaving the country, people were putting it into Bitcoin. In fact, I was watching an interview the other day, somebody was saying people should actually, instead of people to think about putting their money into ranching, buying cows and selling cows, they're putting their money into Bitcoin. And you know how that sounds. So it's not about taking your money out of your country. It's about taking your country out of your money. Let me give you a small example. If somewhere around April, May, or June, July, I think the exchange rate was around 400 and something, 450, 490, 80. So imagine somebody that got a job and the person was offered 150,000 naira, for instance, in May or April. You would agree with me that the value of that person's naira as at today is no longer 150,000 naira. In fact, it's probably come down to 120 or 100 or maybe less. But the person still earns 150. Something as small as hypo. My wife was telling me hypo that used to be the other day they wanted to go and buy a box of hypo for the family. And it said hypo that used to be a sachet was like 10 naira. Has gone up to like let's mute ourselves, please. Thank you. All right, so has gone up to like 40 naira. And I mean, it's crazy, but the person that's earning 150 is still earning that amount of money. But here's the thing, if you had cryptocurrency within this period, There are cryptocurrencies that have actually done 100% between April and now. So that means if you had ₦1 million in cryptocurrency, you probably have made another ₦1 million. I'm not kidding. I'm going to show you some examples. All right. In months, what cryptocurrency could do. I think many people run away from this because they just don't have requisite knowledge, or they don't have requisite knowledge, or they've been burnt before, they've gotten their hands burnt before due to lack of knowledge. And then they hinge it on the cryptocurrency space instead of hinging it on inadequate knowledge or inadequate quality information, if you understand what I mean, right? So let's try to differentiate. I figured that was my challenge. My challenge was I was hinging it on cryptocurrency, when actually the problem was about I didn't have enough knowledge to play in this space, and I gave my money to someone who was making decisions for me. And when the decisions went bad, I was the one to bear the brunt. You understand? So it's not about taking your money away from your country. It's about taking the country away from the money. Now, if you have cryptocurrency, for instance, you have Bitcoin, and you travel just with your bag to China, or not, let me not say China, to maybe to Canada, or to maybe to the US, and you want to get some money out of your wallet, you do not need to go through all the crazy bank issues. All you need to do is, all you require is 10 to 15 minutes, and that money is in your account or is in your hands wherever you are in the world. Yes. So people say, "Oh, are you serious? The problem with cryptocurrency is you can go in, but you can't come out." That's not true. All you require is 10 minutes in Nigeria, and it's in your bank account. Oh, what did CBN say? Of course, that's no longer an issue right now, because CBN itself is working on its own blockchain project. So you see, the world is tilting towards that. I'm going to show you some more. So another reason you need to pay attention to cryptocurrency is that the fiat currency, the paper money that we know, is losing value. I just give you an example of somebody who probably got employed at 150,000 there, and what's happening today months down the line. There was a time you probably go to the mall and you have 1,000 naira and you can get so much. But today, you probably won't buy with 100,000 naira, you probably won't buy the same things. You probably won't buy the same amount of things. Your shopping cart won't be filled up. But I just showed you what happened with Bitcoin from 2010, 10 cents, to 2021. $67,000. You go and do the mathematical calculation and see the difference. Even if you had $100 in 2010 invested in Bitcoin, what could have happened to it? But what many of us did not, I did not, many people, like my uncles, my aunts, my parents, nobody did, because we were either not having enough knowledge, or the information, the pieces of information we had at the time, they were all sketchy, and some of them were mainly unreliable. And along the line, come down to 2017, 2015, 16, 2017, 18, this part of the world, people were losing money left, right, and center, because we seldom study. So people just program stuff and then they throw it at us here, and we jump on it, get our friends in, and boom, 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 everything explodes. But enough of that. That's the essence of this meeting, all right? Another reason, I just shown you reasons you have to pay attention to cryptocurrency. One is that Bitcoin has continued to rise. Yes, because it's in the market, it fluctuates, but overall, it's been on a rising trend. And Bitcoin is going to hit $300,000 and even more, and it's not going to be too long, right? Number two is that the fiat currency that we know today is depreciating in value, but cryptocurrency is appreciating. Overall, cryptocurrency is appreciating in value. So you cannot ignore this. Number three, there was a time when institutions would not even go close to cryptocurrencies. In fact, the social stigma alone would not allow them to go close to cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency was being propagated by retail people like you and I, pushing, we form communities to exchange goods and services using cryptocurrencies and all of that. Today, institutions are moving into cryptocurrency. Deloitte had this research where they said they came up with this conclusion. In 2020, more operating companies began allocating cash to digital assets and cryptocurrencies. And then went on to say that this is a new dynamic and a departure from more conventional investing by funds and others in this space. Now, look at this. There's one example. They said MicroStrategy Incorporated announced last December, that's 2020, that it had made more than $1 billion in total Bitcoin purchases in 2020. Now, this is a massive move, but it's not just that. Now, what about BlackRock? You can go online and do this check. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, all right, with over 7.81 trillion under its management, is getting, in fact, they are into Bitcoin. Go online, you see, things about, go and read about BlackRock, all right? So institutions, big, massive, gigantic, mammoth institutions are moving into cryptocurrency. So my friends, what excuse does the regular man have, the regular woman have to say, well, I don't think I want to go into this, it's fake and all of that. Come on, calm down. We all agree here that it's a lot better for you to do what? To understand, to hear, to listen, get knowledge, and then decide, where do I want to go? Do I want to go this way or go that way? Or instead of completely blocking our minds. It happened to me, and it really did hurt me. It happened to me in 2019. I was completely blocked. It really hurt me. And I pray and I hope to God I would never, ever repeat that mistake. All right? And my prayer is that none of us here should repeat such mistakes of shutting our minds to information and find out a year down the line that such information actually gave people who opened up to it hundreds of millions, made some of them billionaires. I'll show you the figures, verifiable figures. Just stay with me. What about Forbes? I'm not Forbes, JP Morgan. JP Morgan was as an institution, was one very big critic, okay, of the cryptocurrency progress. Today, JP Morgan has signed up 425 banks to use its Link blockchain network to speed up interbank transactions. It is said that according to Forbes, that the technology will eventually help banks issue fewer paper checks and make more transactions online. Come on, what are we talking about? Cryptocurrency is going to make a lot of things easier. You see the Wi-Fi you use today, just wait. Cryptocurrency, this Wi-Fi network, internet network, cryptocurrency has a particular asset, all right, that I'll mention to very few persons, all right, later on. There's a particular asset that is going to take over. Imagine investing in a company that will take over Wi-Fi. Is there anywhere in the world you go that Wi-Fi does not make sense? So just wait. A lot is going to happen. Okay. Another, Foster says Visa's golden goose to its vast network of access points, some 70 million merchant locations. In fact, Visa is all out there now. Who doesn't know Visa in the world? But let's leave institutions. Let me give you another reason you need to pay attention to cryptocurrency. What are experts saying? So many experts have said a lot, but I'm just going to take one or two, all right, for time's sake. Jack Ma, you know Jack Ma, the Alibaba king. He said blockchain will fundamentally change financial systems in the next 10 to 15 years. He said this a while ago. Imagine what's happening now. A blockchain technology, according to Jack Ma, will be applied in many areas because it's about trust, it's about credit, it's about security, the security of data and the privacy of data. This is a billionaire saying this is what's going to happen. Are you going to sit back and say, forget it, it's fake? My friends, this part of the world, if you're listening to me or you're watching me from Nigeria, we are our local government chairman. We are local government chairman and women. We provide our own electricity. We provide our own water. We provide our own roads, if you like. People come together and build streets, all right? We provide practically everything. The only thing I believe humbly that we probably have not paid more attention to is intentionally, intensively educating ourselves. We tend to just let certain things go. I don't know, not all of us, but I'm encouraging all of us because we have so much responsibility that our white counterparts or those who live in developed countries do not have, because they have a system that is working. It's time to wake up and open our minds to information, pieces of information flowing around in the cryptocurrency world. We cannot continue to stay away. All right. I hope this is an awakening. This is a wake-up call for you. All right. See, why this is important is that several years ago, 21 years ago, there's a publication that came up on the 5th of December, on Tuesday, 5th of December, 2020, that said that the caption was that internet may be just a passing fad as millions give up on it. Fast forward 21 years down the line, would you say the internet is a passing fad? Because none of us would say that. All right. So the question I want to ask you now is, what is your opinion about the cryptocurrency world and the blockchain technology? Do you think it's a passing fad? 11 years down the line, seeing the growth trajectory of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is not even the main thing anymore. People have Bitcoin, Ethereum. I have Ethereum. There are other assets, altcoins that have done by far more than what Bitcoin has done. And many of us do not know about it. And many people know this and they're just quiet. They're not telling anybody. The information is just kept quietly. My friends, some of us think that it's only when we get into politics we make money. It's only when we do one or two traditional stuff. There's a whole lot in this space. And I tell you humbly, with humility and modesty, pay attention to this. And whoever gave you the information so that you were in this meeting, go back and tell the person, thank you very much for giving me this information. All right. I'm going to show you some more things. All right. So I welcome you to the Power of To Know It. To Know It is the organization that I represent, all right, that we are partnering with. And this organization, we are a community of that dishes out digital finance education to empower everybody so that you will no longer give your money to anybody to do business for you while you stand the risk of losing if something goes wrong. We are focused on showing you how to invest in the digital finance space and how to take 100% of whatever profit that is made. My friends, yes. whatever you learn here will always remain with you. Nobody's going to take it away from you. All right. So why to know it? First of all, let me put a disclaimer. All right. Let me put a disclaimer. We are not an investment company. What I mean, we're not an investment company. We are not collecting money from anybody to invest for them. That's not what we do here. Because we are not collecting money to invest for you, it means we are not also giving you any periodic returns. Every decision you make is your decision, guided by our mentors, our coaches, and our analysts, but it's your decision. Every profit you make is your profit. Nobody is sharing it with you. We are not in the business of giving you 1% per day, 0.5%, but for crying out loud, why are you taking 1% per day, 0.5% per day, when you can actually make 1,000%? When you can, I will show you the figures. You will understand that to a large extent, many of us have been robbed all these years because we have either completely blocked our minds away from listening or learning, or we have not really been intentional to investing. We've not been intentional when it comes to investing in ourselves. The best investment, Timaya said, the best investment, my brother, is on yourself. So why would you want to buy an expensive watch to wear? You want to make your hair, buy some expensive hair. You want to buy some expensive clothes. Yes, these things are on you. But what are you investing in your brain? What are you investing in your mind? All right. this is very important. Sorry, my phone is going off the hook. Let me bring it down. All right. So what are you what are you investing? So again, another thing is that you do not need any prior experience. You do not need to be a technical expert. No, you do not need all of that. You do not need, some people say, cryptocurrency, for me to make money, I have to sit in front of my system and be looking at it rates. No, you don't need that. Honestly, in fact, you can be a full-time employee and you will still reap the benefits of this space. Our joy is that once this is clear to you and open to you, you could actually tell your friends to say, my friends, we can recover every dime we have spent or wasted or lost online, giving money to Tom, Dick, and Harry. All right? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, my friends. It's not put money in here today and you get tomorrow. No. There is no place in the world where wealth has been built using shortcuts. You have to be prepared to go through the journey. But when it comes, it goes boom. And that is why I also would want to warn you. I want to warn us. I want to also remind us that this is not a space for people looking for daily bread. Is it wrong to look for daily bread? No. But I'd rather focus on financial freedom, and daily bread will just be a fallout of my journey. But when you focus on daily bread, you get today's bread. Tomorrow you want to focus on daily bread. The day after you want to focus. So your whole mind is wired around daily bread. But let your mind be programmed around long-term financial freedom, where when I get out, when I break out, I'm not falling back. Daily bread would just be an addendum. It would come on its own, because the actions you take will be deliberate towards financial freedom. And so you just take care of them. So if you're looking for, I want to make $1, I want to make $1, I want to make $5, that's all I'm bothered about. This may not be the space for you. But if you're saying, I'm willing to grind, I'm willing to go through, listen to what the analysts, the coaches, the mentors are saying and apply that. I'm willing to take a position and work this through for another 6 months, for 1 year, while I have control over my funds. And then eventually this boom will happen and I'll get out of this survival stage. Or even if you're not in a survival stage and you're comfortable, you have a good job, but you're looking at, where would I put my money instead of leaving it in the bank there, where it's going to give me some explosive returns for the sake of my children, my community, I can impact people positively. Now, these are bigger goals. So I don't ask people how much you want to make. I ask people, how much impact do you want to make in the lives of people around you? When you're not there, what will people remember? If you're broke, I'm broke, we're poor, we can't even help ourselves, then we can't even help other people. You understand why this is important? So this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You do not need to quit your job, right? I want to share with you some examples of things that have happened, because one thing that can help us to read the chart forward is that we're able to, first of all, read the chart backward and see what has happened. In the market today, you have over 7,000 cryptocurrencies in the space. And there are over 475 exchanges. I'm answering the question, why do you need to know it? Why do you need our community? I've been able to answer the question, why do you need to pay attention to cryptocurrency? I'm saying that it's your choice if you don't want to pay attention to it, but I think I've given you ample reasons to pay attention to it. But in this maze, in this sea of confusion where people are losing money left, right, and center, why do you think, why should you pay attention to what we are saying? I'm saying because there are over 7,000 cryptocurrencies in the market, and there are over 475 exchanges. That is where people exchange one cryptocurrency for the other, you know. For a layman to navigate through this ocean of cryptocurrencies, it is a death call. That's why people just go, buy this coin, and boom, boom, something goes wrong and they lose everything. Because you can't just go through this blindly. You need to be able to do fundamental analysis. You need to have the capacity to do technical analysis. You need to be able to do community analysis, because every cryptocurrency that you find that will do well must have some solid historical background behind it. Must have, because cryptocurrencies or the tokens you buy, they are like digital, what do they call this thing again? That people buy in traditional companies. Now, if you want to buy from a company, in the stock market, what is it they call it? This thing just skipped my mind. You know, it's like you're buying shares, you know, digital shares. You understand? That's the way it is. Yes, thank you very much, shares a medium. All right, that's the way it is. But these shares have been digitized or tokenized. If the company, if you buy, say, Zenith Bank, GT Bank shares, as the company or the bank grows, the value of your shares also grows, right? That's how it is. So you need to understand, why am I putting my money in this company? Why am I, do you have the time and the technical, the capacity, I mean, the capability to do this research? Maybe yes, maybe no, but you need this. What about technical analysis? What are the, you look at, you get, that's where you see people sitting and looking at the charts, looking at the candles, looking at all the indicators. Not all of us can do that. Community analysis. What's the community around this project? Because it is people that will drive the project. Who is behind this project? What problem is this project solving? Who from the community that will benefit from the solution that this project is solving? For instance, if a project comes up and the focus of that project or that coin or that tech company is to make payment easy, make payment without fees easy, everybody makes payments. So you see that it's a huge project. If I'm going to make payments on a bank from the bank and I'm going to pay 5% and I have another means to make payment and I'm just going to pay 0.2%, why am I going for 5%? So you need to be able to do all of this, and not everybody can. Another thing that you need to understand is how to structure your portfolio, because you are on a journey to create wealth. You're not looking for daily bread. So your portfolio needs to take a particular shape. You need to be able to make certain decisions along the line. And these decisions wouldn't cost you time. It shouldn't take away your, so that's why we say, even if you're an employee, you can do this, all right? And once you're able to gather all of this, it's actually a life skill, but not everybody will be able to do this. And so what we are saying is that, what if we teach you, for those who would want to do it, learn how to do it, what if we teach you how? For those who say, no, I don't have the time, I just want to know where to invest my money. What if we show you where companies that you can invest your money in, and you still have control? Anytime you want to pull the money out, what most of us have experienced is you buy a package and they say that the package is for 6 months or for 1 year. So for that reason, you can't take it out. We'll be paying you gradually until we pay you 2 times, all sorts of clauses. My friends, what the solution we have here is such that if you invest in a particular company, you buy a token, and you would for any reason change your mind. I did that today. For any reason you change your mind, it takes seconds for you to sell off your tokens, which is like your digital shares. And it takes about 10 minutes for the money to land in your local bank account. Don't be surprised. This is real. It's happening. I've been in a restaurant in Abuja where a friend of mine, boom, figured out that he was supposed to make some payment, and he figured out that, I think he thought he had some cash, and he figured the cash was not on it. Maybe he changed his trousers or something. I can't remember the story, but the point is, immediately there, he just went online, sold a bit of his assets, and got about 200,000 or so, and just made payments. Is that simple? That simple. I can't remember what really happened, but I can remember vividly what he did. And I just said in my head, this is sweet. So nobody's going to stop you from getting your money. And what we offer you is the opportunity to acquire this life skill through mentorship. We have a team of mentors that have 30 years plus of analyzing complex systems. And they've had 97.5% success in predicting or calling the right assets to buy from 2017 till date. Where else would you love to go? Let me take you back history. Let me show you some things. But before I take you to that history, let me ask you one big question. If everything that I'm saying makes sense to you today, and eventually you say, oh my God, I never knew this thing was in existence, but I want to subscribe. When you subscribe to our community today, how much do you need to change your financial fortune in the shortest possible time? I'll tell you, here's the big answer. Would you like to know? If you want to know the big answer, give me a 22222. Give me 222 in the chat box. Let me know I'm not talking to myself. 222, come on, give me another 222. Hey, everybody's sleeping. Come on. If somebody's sleeping, wake up. 222. Awesome. Here's the answer. It will shock you. Here's the answer. $100. You just need $100, or maybe 50,000, or today it could be 54,500. That's all you need. If you want to know how, you can, the tunnel through which you can achieve this is what we call our trade calls. The trade calls, they are the calls that guide you on where to put your money while you still have control over your money. We have calls for short term, for inter-trade, but I'm really focused on the long term because I know that wealth comes from long term, getting in long term. I can assure you, stay with me. Do not go away. I'm going to give you some very valuable information before the end of today. Do not go away. Don't get distracted. All right. Make sure that you're following through, because I can assure you, you are a call away from the life you so desire. You are a call away from the life you so desire. I'm going to give you, don't worry, before we leave, I'm even going to share an asset with you for free. You can go and acquire it. Just stay with me. You are a call away from the life you so desire. I want to take you through history, some of the calls that we've made in this community and the benefits people have made. And everything that I'm sharing with you, you can verify online. You can write this down. Go to coinmarketcap.com, coinmarketcap.com, or go to CoinGecko, all right? Go and check, go there, all right? And check and see the prices of these assets. What I want to do is that I want to show you some assets that we've called before, okay? I want to show you some assets that we've called before and how people have benefited from these assets. So I'm just going to go a little bit faster now, right? I was trying to take it a little bit slow so that we will benefit and nobody's going to lose out. All right, so look at this. Just give me a moment. All right, cool stuff. So one of the assets we called was Theta. Please don't just go jump and buy it because you see it here, because it probably has left the space where you should actually get it. But let me show you something. One of the calls that we made was Theta. Theta was called on March 13, 2020. At that point, Theta was 4 cents. 4 cents. Remember, I said this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We're dealing with real companies. So people who invested $100 got 2,500 units of Theta. That's, let's say, 36,000 naira they invested. And those who invested $500, say 180,000, got 12,500 units. Those who invested $1,000, say 360,000, considering the exchange at the time, got 2,500 units. All they did was to wait. They did not invite anybody. They did not call on anybody, did not sell anything. What they did was they got quality information, and then they positioned themselves by buying the quantity of shares. I'm just using that to, so that we understand. of tokens that they could afford at the time without giving their money to anybody. And they waited. So some of them sold by March 24th, 2021. Because I know many people are still holding their Theta. That's a good point. So look at this. At that time, 1 year down the line, Theta had grown from 4 cents to $14. It's just organic growth because of the solution they brought to the table, and the company grew. By extension, the token also grew. But let's look at the reward. 12 months down the line, what happened to those who invested? Let's see. 12 months down the line, look at what happened. $100, those who invested $100, that $100 grew because of the growth of the company and the token from 4 cents to $14. They grew to what? $18.5 million. Those who invested $500, their $500, their 18.5 million naira, sorry. For those who invested $500, that is 180,000 equivalent. That money grew to what? 92.9 million naira in 1 year. All through. So it was more like people were talking about coronavirus, palliative. People were becoming multi-millionaires. You know, it was just happening. All right. For those who invested $1,000, that's like 360,000 naira. That grew to 185,000. This is not a get rich quick scheme. I'm just showing. I've shown you the mathematics from 4 cents to $14. Automatically, it depends. So imagine those who invested $10,000. Imagine those who invested $1,000. Imagine those who were buoyant enough to invest $20,000, $50,000. You see, within 1 year, people broke out of the survival stage. People broke out of poverty because of two things. They did not block their mind to information. They heard the info, quality info from this community, and they took action. They positioned. So we have a code we call IP, information positioning. Information positioning. That's all you need. Let me show you some more. There's this other one, T-Fuel. It's like a wife or brother or sister to Theta. Now look at this. Just about the same date, March 13, 2020, T-Fuel was this, less than a cent. All right, less than a cent. Look at this. And so people who invested $100 got so unit. By June 9th, 2021, 1 year and 3 months after, that token had grown to 68 cents. What's the result for the investors? $100, that is 36,000, grew to 37.4 million. See it on the screen. You can go and check it. This is how you check it. Go to CoinMarketCap, all right? I can't do that now because of time. Go to CoinMarketCap. Type this coin, Theta Fuel or T-Fuel. Go to historical data. Put this date, March 13, 2020, all right? And then also do what? Note the price of the coin. Then come down to June 9th, 2021. Note the price. Do your mathematical calculations and see if we're telling you the truth or not. But, you know, the difference is that it's there in the market, but how would you know? If you don't have experts, mentors, and coaches guiding you, how would you know? Quality information. Information could make you or mar you. For many of us that have lost monies online, on the internet, and the cryptocurrency space because we've got wrong information. Let me go on quickly. Those who invested $500, how much did they come up with? 187.2 million from 180,000. What did they do? Nothing. They had the information, they took position. So all through when people were crying, no food, and watching videos about the Canadians taking care of their people and all whatnot, people were becoming multi-millionaires. Some of the people that were becoming multi-millionaires were becoming millionaires without even knowing they were becoming millionaires. All right. Those who invested $1,000, it grew to 374 million naira. Let me show you a few more possibilities, and then we would go from there. Now, this is a bomb, just like crazy. In 2017, but just before Bitcoin plummeted, when many people left and said, we said it, all right? In this community, people were warned to leave Bitcoin because this is the game. You have to know that you have to sell high and buy, you have to buy low and sell high. But you need to have guidance and the necessary information to know when to buy and when to sell. In this community, many people were saved because they were told when to save before Bitcoin went down. Those who did not listen, they bore the brunt. But just before that happened, an asset emerged. It was called BNB by Binance. Binance is the biggest, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world right now at this moment. But when it came, it wasn't that big, and many people looked down on it. How much was the Binance token? Or in other words, in our traditional language, how much was the Binance shares, so to speak, the token actually? I'm just using shares to make some kind of relation. It was 3 cents. 3 cents. Just 3 cents in 2017, October 19, 2017. So people who got 36,000 naira, I know that exchange rate at that point was not up to 360, but left for ease of calculation. Okay, 36,000. Those who got $500, 180,000, $1,000, 360,000. They got their units. Like what we said. What you need to start with is simple, $100 to invest with. All right. And that's all that you need. And boom. Now fast forward to May 3rd, 2021. That 3 cents token had grown to $677. 3 years and 7 months. 3 years and 7 months. So how much did investors get? Watch, let me tell you. For those who invested a measly $100, 36,000 naira, they bagged 1.1 billion naira in 3 years and 7 months. Some of us have worked for our whole life. We haven't seen a quarter, we haven't even seen 10% of a billion. Truth, let's be honest. Even if you've been blessed and you've seen some money, all right, you are comfortable, because I don't know who is here, you might be very comfortable and I respect that. But trust me, everybody would appreciate an extra 1 billion for doing nothing except getting information and taking position and waiting. Waiting, what am I saying? Waiting? You're not even waiting. You go do whatever you're doing, go on your business. You've taken position. And boom, this is it. Folks, the turnaround in this space is bigger than even what I believe. I might be ignorant of this, but I mean, I believe that it's even faster and bigger, more explosive than real estate. Yes, because what most of us do, we make money. Let me put it where it is a lot more secure. Yes, but when you talk about the turnaround, the explosion, the massive, the exponential growth within a short period of time, where in this world would you buy a plot of land for $100? And in 3 years and 7 months, it has appreciated to 1.1 billion. Where? Think about it. So for those who put in $500, boom, 5.6 billion. For those who put in 360,000 naira, 11.2 billion. I didn't make these figures. Go online, do your own search. These assets were called, and those who took action benefited. But take the actors away. Ask yourself, if I had this in 2017, and I took action and I've waited, would I have also made the same amount of money? Answer is yes. Guess what? Many of us bought, sold because we had no information. We're just going blindly. Those who had information, wait. As we speak in this community, another call has been made to buy a particular token that has the same algorithm and behaves like this particular token. And we've been told if you can acquire up to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 of this, acquire and leave it for 4 years, 3 years, and it's going to make you over $40 million. Well, we do not know the future, but this is what, you know, when something has happened in the past again and again, and people have 97.5% accuracy, you want to believe what they're saying. And we've seen a number of other things that have happened within this space while we're here. So we have $100, we buy, we accumulate. $50, we buy, accumulate. $200, $500, $1,000, we are accumulating because we're not looking for daily bread. We are looking for that boom, that freedom. We're willing to wait. How willing are you? And how informed are you? Take a look at this. This is the last one I want to show you. Hex. This one is it's not too long. Hex was called by our Moon Arcade team. But look at this. Initially, on January 5th, 2020, let's take a look at this. Hex was less than a cent. Look at this. And those who invested paid they invested this much, you know, 36,000, 180,000. We're just using this to buttress the point. Why should you pay attention to our community when it comes to guiding you through the turbulent sea of the cryptocurrency world of over 7,900 cryptocurrencies? You cannot do this on your own except you have the relevant knowledge. All right. So 1 year, 9 months down the line, look at what happened. If you notice, you have 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros here at the buy point. Here you have no zero. It has simply canceled the zeros because Hex came up with, I can't talk about the project Hex here, but it's an amazing project. It's crazy what's happening in that space. All right. Recently, the founder of Hex also launched Pulse Chain. Of course, those of us in the community knew about Pulse Chain and were able to invest at that seed level, at that sacrifice level. All right. So we did not buy the dip. We went to the floor. We are waiting. So when something just happened and boom, something just happened and somebody just goes boom, 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 his life changes. If it's a decision he's made based on the quality of information he's received. And that is based on the community he finds himself where the information flows. So they are all linked together. Now let me take you 1 year, 9 months down the line. What happened? $100 had grown to 1.7 billion naira. 180,000 naira had grown to 2.1 billion. And then $500, that is like 360,000, had grown to 17.8 billion. So you would agree with me that the person who probably did not have that had $200 will make 2 times this amount, $300. So it just depends on, nobody's pressuring you. Nobody's cajoling you. You don't have to do what you don't want to do. And at any point in time, you can always say, I want to go out. That's the solution we bring. And that is why you've got to listen to us. All right? You've got to listen to what the solution, what we are offering. And this cryptocurrency space, to know it puts you ahead. That's what we want to do. We put you ahead by offering you fundamental analysis and the relevant guidance, technical analysis, community analysis, portfolio analysis. We give you a life skill. There are people whose lives have been changed, and we offer you mentorship. That's what we offer. How do we do this? We do this through our various products. We have the Pro Arcade, the Moon Arcade, to be the Master Trade, the Trade House. But I'll talk about just the Pro Arcade and the Moon Arcade. But the Pro Arcade is where we give you sneak reports for top classic 40 coins. Now, it's not like, but let me try it. This is well researched, and more coins are being called. And then you have access to the mentors, to our mentors and analysts every single week, where they tell you where is the world going and what decisions you need to make. Remember, like I said from the beginning, you've got to make the decision. So we do not make the decision for you. We do not collect any money from you. If anybody asks you to pay any money, give them any money, we get the person fired. I wanted to say this bad. So we don't do that, if you understand what I mean, all right? So you get, and you also get analysis concerning emerging coins, all right? Now, look at this. Let me just show you. Let me break it down. Top 40 coins, market full analysis, and that is worth $1,000. You also have a sneak report for 40 coins, 1,000 worth valued at $1,429. And then you have periodic weekly seminars. You put that together for 1 year, it's valued at $749. And then you have mentorship, community support, valued at $4,378. And you have also blog posts guiding you, because about 3 blog posts every week, guiding you because your money is there. And guess what? We don't have your money. You're not giving your money to us. So we guide you on how to protect and multiply it. For you to be able to build wealth, you need to be able to accumulate. You need to be able to protect. You need to be able to multiply so that you can transfer to your children and also impact your community positively. We teach you all of that. Our community of mentors teach you all of that. Then we also have a structured coin analysis to help you. So you don't just go in and you're confused. You know, okay, what do I put my foundation coins? What are the coins I could swing trade if I want to swing trade? What are the coins that I could do short term, mid term? What are the coins that I can trade? that I can trade daily. It all depends on you. All right. We give you back control. I don't know how to explain this no better than this. We give you back control. Then we have our trading academy, which is like putting tires in your bicycle frame so that you can just ride and understand how to apply the reports so that you become successful in this space. You don't need technical skills. Honestly, you don't. You do not need to put all your time into this. 30 minutes, 1 hour per day is fine. Just be consistent, understand, okay, what is happening, boom, boom, boom. You go do your stuff. I just showed you people that took position and what happened. And you have access to emerging coins. Okay, analysis. This is valued at $2,497. You put everything together, it's about $11,750 in a year. You would agree with me that if you knew that investing $100 for 2-3 years will turn into 1 billion naira. But for you to access that information, you need to pay 5 million. If you are certain, would you pay 5 million? I want to get your answer in the chat box. Would you, yes or no? If you were certain that investing $100 will give you 1 billion naira, but to access that information, you need to pay 5 million naira. Would you pay the money? Yes, we all said yes. So if you won't, just say no. That's fine. Let's make this interactive. I want 136,000 will give me 1 billion, like I've shown you. But for you to get this info, you need to pay 500. You need to pay 5 million naira. Would you pay the money? Yes, a million said yes. Some people would, some people will not. If you ask me, I'm fairly certain I will pay. Because what's 5 million compared to 1 billion? All right. But you're not going to pay $11,750. This is the investment. All you need to do, all you are going to do is required of you is a one-time enrollment fee of $250. The one-time enrollment fee of $250 gives you access to 3 months. Like I said, this is not a Ponzi scheme. For every money you pay, there is value given to you. It will give you access to 3 months subscription to taste what we have. And then, but your core subscription is $1,000 for 12 months, 1 year. So with $1,250 only, you have access to our team of analysts, coaches for 1 year. All right, 1 year. Okay. So, but if you say, no, I can't do 12 months, all right, but I can do 6 months, that will simply cost you $550. So it means you do $250 enrollment fee and you pay $550 subscription. You say, I can't do 6 months, but I can do 3 months. It means you pay $250 enrollment fee and you pay $300 for 3 months. That is for your subscription. But I've got some good news for you. Here's the exciting news. I've got some exciting news for you. Here's the exciting news, all right? The exciting news is that we are right now on a pre-sale because we did some upgrades and we have our Pro Arcade and Moon Arcade, you know. So we have for Pro Arcade, we have a pre-sale. We're in a pre-sale period. What does that mean? It means that if you pay $1,250, that means you pay the $250 for enrollment and you pay the $1,000, you will have access to our team of analysts and coaches for 2 whole years. There are assets that are being called as we speak. By Thursday, we're going to have another meeting. Assets are being called. Some have been called and have been shared, that I've shared with you, but more projects are coming out. Like I said, this is the journey. Give yourself a year, 2 years. This is not for people who are looking for daily bread. This is not for people who are looking for, and I say with respect, and I've explained earlier on, the reason we don't want to focus on daily bread is that your mind is programmed to daily, just let me just eat. But if you program your mind in the long term, daily bread will just be a part of the whole process. So we prefer you to think long term, all right? You'll have access to 2 years instead of 1 year. So it's like you're having 1 year free, all right? And that is open to just 500 persons. Already people are buying left, right, and center. So I don't know how much is left, how many is left. So if today you say, okay, I'm ready, I want to subscribe, and we get online, we get to our back office, we get on board, and the 500 packs are gone, you will have to make do with the Royal Pack. With a Royal Pack, if you pay the same amount of $1,250, you will have access to 1 year and 6 months instead of 1 year. And then if you pay the gold, if we get there and the Royal Pack is also ended, all right, finished, you will make do with the Golden Pack. The Golden Pack gives you extra 3 months. So bottom line, the Diamond Pack gives you extra 1 year. The Royal Pack gives you extra 6 months. The Golden Pack gives you extra 3 months. And that is dependent on when you subscribe and activate your subscription. I hope that is clear to all of us, all right? So that is what's on ground. So if you ask me, I know that some people would say, well, the money, where do I get? This is not a space for where do I get the money. This is a space for this is not a space for I don't have the money. This is a space for how do I get the money? Where do I get the money? Because the future is bright. Cryptocurrency we're still at the adoption stage. Cryptocurrency is huge. The internet is evergreen. We are in an amazing space, but it will not always be like this. At some point, you have a lot of people go into it, so the tempo will slow down. So why don't you get in right now? Get in with everything you have, like a lion that is hungry, and understand that if it does not move fast to catch the gazelle, any closest gazelle is going to die of hunger, because the longer he waits, the weaker he becomes. He will not be able to run faster. Or the gazelle that must take off and be faster than the fastest lion. But if you don't take off, you don't run, the lion is going to catch up with you. Have that mindset and drive through. That's what you need. So right now, the best bet is $1,250, have access to 2 years. 2 years of massive mentorship, guidance, coaching through the cryptocurrency and blockchain world for massive explosive gains, insane profit. All right, you've seen the results I shared with you, right? So we also have our Moon Arcade. That's another product that we have. Now the Moon Arcade, right now, the Pro Arcade is focused on classical coins that are already out there, but we do the research and the guide you so that you don't get into the wrong place. The Moon Arcade is for those people who are saying, I want to buy those assets that are I want to get into those assets that nobody has seen yet, or very few persons. I want to get in there before the world sees it. So Moon Arcade is basically focused on doing the research for all of these assets. The hex I showed to you was from the Moon Arcade team. So this is where you get the secret buying opportunities, where they do all the research for you and show you where you can put your money and your assets. Those assets can do 1000x. I didn't say 1000%. I said 1000x. If you understand, that is like they turn 1000 times. That is huge. All right. This is like true crypto wealth, not a get rich quick scheme. This is entirely genuine. All right. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on this, my friends. So what do you get? Whether it is the Moon Arcade or it is the Pro Arcade you want to get to, first of all, we'll have to do your $250 enrollment. You'll have to do that. And then you get, for right now, the Moon Arcade is also on pre-sale. It's a bit more expensive than the Pro Arcade. It's now on pre-sale. The Moon Arcade right now, for 1 year, you pay $1,000. All right. After the pre-sale, that same $1,000, okay, will give you 6 months. For you to have 1 year access, you have to pay $2,000. So right now, after paying your $250 for your enrollment, if you pay $1,000 right now, you get 1 year. After the pre-sale period, for you to get 1 year access, that tells you how valuable this is. 1 year access, you pay $2,000. You see, this is your ticket to the moon. This is I don't know. This is a short presentation. I can't go on and on. You know. You see, the incontestable conclusion here is that if you take a look at everything that I've shared with you in this community, it's impossible if you pay attention to knowledge and professional guidance in this community. It's impossible for you not to exit. If you're in the survival stage, it's impossible for you not to exit that stage into financial freedom. If you're already comfortable, it's impossible for you not to exponentially increase your assets within the shortest possible time. So, my friends, with or without me, with or without you, this space is already on the move. The arrow has left the bow. It is whether you want to catch up with the train or not. We have some amazing testimonials. Hear what people are saying. You see here, Duncan Bates, he said, to know it has given the small guy the unfair advantage in investing in Bitcoin. Steve here says, they give you the confidence to be able to know what the crypto markets are doing and know when to buy low and when to sell high. David Pratiku here said that I have done so much research on cryptos. Never have I come across analysis like this. Truly amazing. Dr. Vicky Emasi said, I took advantage of the opportunity to farm using the report, and these has so far enlarged my financial portfolio astronomically. All right. Levi Johnson here says, I was able to get out of debt, and today I am impacting lives with this amazing opportunity. It goes on and on and on. We have amazing testimonials. People in over 65 countries use our report, and over 1.7 million of these reports have been downloaded. My friends, we're not joking. So enough of giving your monies to people, all right? It's time for you to take control and let us help you, right? And whatever you're paying in order to get into the community is chicken feed compared to the benefits. And trust me, like I've shown you, Whether you get in here or not, you probably will get in when it's more expensive because the train has left the station. It's not turning back, all right? 11 years down the line, Bitcoin moved from 10 cents to $67,000. We moved from just Bitcoin to over 7,900 cryptocurrencies. It simply tells, and institutions are getting in. Billionaires are getting in. It's not a space where you want to stay and say, let me just, no time to wait. Find a way straight away, all right? But what about those who want more? Those who say, look, I have $100, I have $1,000, but I really want to actually go in with $1 million. I really want to go in with $10,000. So I want more. You can make more from within this community. The option to make more, like I said, it's an option. You can decide this, I don't want more. I'm fine with $100 and the results it's going to give to me. I'm fine with $1,000 that I have with the results it's going to give to me. But what if you want more? We have an opportunity that can help you make more. People have made $30,000 in 1 month, in 2 months from this more opportunity where you can make more. People have made $16,000. Remember, it is not compulsory. You don't have to do it. I've shown you that you don't have to do it in order to make money. Those who made money from Theta Fuel, from Theta, from BNB, from Hex, they didn't have to do anything. They just had their own money they put in that. But if you say you want more, if you saw the results for $1,000, $500, $100, and you say, but what if I had $50,000? If I put in $20,000, what would have been the result? I want more. This is for you. There are 6 ways you get rewarded when you want more. For you to want more, for you to have more, you need to become an independent business owner within the To Know It community. So that means you need to open a cryptocurrency business, a business in a cryptocurrency space. And what is your business? Your business is simple. Educate other people about the cryptocurrency opportunities so that they don't keep staying in darkness because they've been hurt before or because of lack of information. You educate them and then you get rewarded. And how do you get rewarded? Through your personal sales bonus, team sales bonus, and all of that. I just show you a few things. You just need to do 2 things. 2 things. Stay with me. I want to show you just 2 things you've got to do. Number 1, tell 2 friends that are prepared to become your active business partners. 2 friends. Number 2, teach those 2 friends to also teach 2 of their friends. That's all you need. If you do this for 12 months, each person bring 2, teach 2 once. You don't have to tell people every now and then, except you are good-hearted and you want to tell some more people. Otherwise, just once, do that, and this is what you get. We're saying, I want to just go straight, show you the money, where the money is. If you do this for 12 months, you would have made a total. Your 12th month here, if you're taking a look at what I'm doing, your 12th month here, you will be going home with $365,000. If you do this calculation from here to this point, all right, 365, you put this here, this is like 520. So give and take, say you make, if you calculate all of this, maybe about $700, $700,000, or maybe $800,000, I think so. If you put that together and you multiply that by 500, that's like 400 million. This is where I'm taking you to. If you run a business that pays you 400 million naira in 1 year, if you divide 400 million naira into 12, that's about 33.3 million a month. That's on an average. Of course, you grow down to that point. 33 million naira per month. That's the potential. And here we're talking about your team sales bonus alone. We're not talking about any other bonus. We're not talking about royalty bonuses. Nobody is breaking you down Nobody's cutting down whatever you have earned in this space if you want more. And what you are not being paid based on a pegged dollar price, like most companies do. We pay you on the going rate. So if today dollar is 543 naira to $1, you're being paid at that level. If tomorrow dollar becomes 900 naira to $1, nobody's saying, okay, the payment was pegging it to 350, 400, or 520, and so whether dollar goes up or down, that's it. No, you are earning in cryptocurrency, and it takes 10 minutes to get this money into your account. So if you are that entrepreneurially minded person, and you say, I want more, of course we have more for you. That's why I'm showing you this. And as you progress, what do you get? What do you get as you progress? You progress through the ranks from being a pioneer to a rising star, to a rising star builder, to a director. I want to draw your attention to this. As a pioneer, you could earn up to 82.1 million naira per month. I'm not saying that is scam. I'm saying that's a possibility. But here is this thing. By the time you even become a chief executive, this company does not give you a Kia Picanto. This company does not give you a Hyundai. What you earn, okay, we don't give you any of these cars. What you get is a Mercedes-Benz sedan. That's what you get. And by the time you become a vice chair, you get a Mercedes-Benz SUV or a Tesla Cybertruck. And by the time you become a chairman, you get a $500,000 house anywhere in the world. So that is just in addition to what you earn. At this point, when you become a chief executive, you would have gotten to a point where you make up to 10.8 million naira per month, per day. That's about 3.9 billion naira per month. That again is a potential, a possibility. This is not financial advice. We are not guaranteeing anything. We're saying mathematically, scientifically speaking, if you follow the model of each man, bring two, teach two. Each man, bring two once, teach two. Each man, bring two once, teach two. Bring and teach, bring and teach. You don't have to know the other 4 persons. Do you understand? If you take a look at what I showed you earlier, you don't have to know the other 4 persons. Look at this. You don't have to know these people. You might know these people here, yes, of course, because you're bringing them in, but you don't have to know these people. And you don't have to know the people that these 2 persons will teach them to bring. You don't have to know them, all right? You don't. But all you need to do is provide leadership. You here haven't brought these 2. All you need to do is teach them. Teach them what you did to bring them. That's it. Each man, bring 2 once, teach 2. Each man, bring 2 once, and teach 2. And you'll be able to make up to that amount, 800, up to, yes, $800,000 just from the team sales bonus alone. But here's the thing, it's not about the money that you make from here, but it's about the capacity to invest more, to buy more assets, to grow more assets, because you have more potential, you have more liquidity and equity. All right. So folks, we hope that you will take action, you will take advantage of this, get recognized, get rewarded, and live life on your own terms. All right. So if you have any questions, I could take questions today. Tomorrow, you will wish that you had started today. Win the game before it is played. And our community is here to help you. So I could take a few questions before we call it a wrap. Any question? Yes, any questions? All right, great. It appears we don't have any questions. All right, great stuff. If we don't have any questions, then thank you very much for, thank you very much.
Yeah, Stallone. Hello,
yes,
Stallone.
please. Yes, please.
I was going to ask you, I think I did that in the WhatsApp I sent to you.
Okay.
Yeah, Eugene here.
Yeah, I know, I see your name. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Stallone. I was asking, do I do I buy the dollars or pay in naira?
Okay, the ideal thing would be that you go through the process. Okay, you'll have to go through the process of buying through. You go through the process of buying through buying your Litecoin. We actually do the registration with Litecoin. Okay, buy Litecoin, and then it's fairly simple. If you know the cryptocurrency space, a very simple process. However, for people that I don't do that. But for people that I know personally, I can guide you. I can talk to you on WhatsApp, and I can guide you. Okay, make it easier for you. Ordinarily, what we try to do is once you sign up, you'll get an email that will show you step by step. So you go ahead, because here's the thing: sometimes you go online and the naira has fallen. You know, you will see it yourself, so you know that you'll have to bear the extra cost. And sometimes when you tell people, okay, this is the exchange rate, give it to me and I'll help you do it.
Come on, Stallone. I do understand. Talk to me as one who knows me.
All right, great stuff. So I will talk to you. I'll talk to you.
Or maybe we'll talk about it later.
Yes, that's it. All right, great stuff. Yes, Vortex, please shoot.
Yeah, good evening and good evening, everyone.
Excellent evening.
Thank you so much for a very explicit presentation.
Thank you very much.
My own is more like a request. Yeah, this whole thing is very new to me, actually. I will really say this is the first time I'm sitting down in a presentation where they talk about cryptocurrency.
I hope I didn't bore you to death.
No, you did not. You did not. You did a very good job at it. However, is it possible for me to get the recording or be invited for another presentation so that at least it can all sink in, and let me really take time to really understand how it works very well. I'm interested from everything you said so far, and I'm willing to invest, but I would like to have another session with you, if that will be possible. Yeah, thank you.
That's fine. So let me give a verdict now to your request. The verdict to both requests is yes.
Oh, thank you.
So you will get the recording. Okay, you'll get the recording. All of us here can have a recording. I mean, whoever invited you here can send a recording to you. I'll make it available. And then you can also, Vortex, I'll send to you directly. All right, you'll get the recording.
Okay.
You will also get the invitation to another presentation, maybe even showing you another, a more in-depth part of this business if you like, so you can make a decision. I love the fact that you are willing to make a decision based on knowledge. That's key. That's key. All right. Any other question? Any other question? All right. In the absence of any question, thank you so much. And thank you for tolerating me this far. It's like an hour, 30 minutes. That's a long one. All right. Great stuff. So I look forward to having all of you in the profit room. That is so, I can't. Anyway, let me not just go ahead and say, so I promised you, I said, if you don't have, there's an asset called ORICA, ORICA, please. If you do not have it, go and acquire it. Please. ORICA. If you do not have it, that's my gift to you this evening. Please go and acquire it. Thank you very much, and do have a productive week ahead. Bye for now.